Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rahul and you're watching Data Sapiens. So guys, this is the very first video of this series, and this series is going to be about Python, from the basics of Python to advanced level concepts of Python. We will start with a very basic question. What is a programming language? Now, we all know what language is, right? Language is a way of communication between us humans. Similarly, programming language is a medium of communication between humans and computers. We can communicate with any machine with the help of programming language. There are tons of programming language available out there, like Python, Java, C++, and many more. So you might ask, why did I choose Python for this series? There is a reason for that. Python is one of the most famous programming language, and it is also one of the easiest language for beginners. It has so many predefined libraries that help us solve any type of problem. Its syntax is very simple, and also the amount of code you have to write is also very less. That's why we are going to go ahead with Python. What are we going to learn in this series? There are basically three things that you need to learn before learning any of the programming language or while learning any of the programming language. First is basic. Now, the basic concepts are basically the concepts that you need to know before learning any programming language. Like, what is the data? What are the data types? What are the arithmetic operations, logical operations, and what are the relational operations? These are the things that we are going to cover in basics. So next we have syntax. Syntax is basically a grammar of a programming language, and it changes with programming languages. We are going to learn more about syntax while solving problem statements further in this series. Next, we have the most important part, that is programming concepts. Now, programming concepts basically are similar in most of the programming languages. There might be some changes in syntax, but they are similar in most of the programming languages. These concepts contain the concepts like loops. What are the loops? What are the conditional statements? So what is the object oriented programming? What is inheritance, and all sort of those concepts, those programming concepts. We will learn all about that further in this series. Now let's start with basic concepts. Now, first question that we are going to answer is, what is the data? And as it is stated here, data are the characteristics or information, usually numerical, that are collected through observations. In a nutshell, it is nothing but information around us. Just like I have a PC and it has 8 GB of RAM. That is a data, 8 GB of RAM, that is a data. Now I have a book, it has 300 pages. This is a data. Everything around us is a data, basically. So you can know what a huge amount of data that is available to us. So we need to divide that data into data types. There are basically 4 data types in every programming language. Now, these are the data types that are common in every language. There are more data types than this in Python, and we are going to learn about them further in this series. First here we have integer. Now, integer are the numbers like 1, 2, 3, and up to infinity. Similarly, -1, -2, -3, up to -infinity. Then we have floating point numbers. Floating point numbers are basically the numbers with decimal point in them, just like 1.2, 1.3, similarly -1.2, -1.3. Then we have strings. Now, strings are basically a collection of characters, just like I have given in an example, Python, Python. Now, these all are separate characters, Python, these are all separate characters. They are combined together to form a word. So any word that you can form with the help of characters is a string. And next, at last, we have Boolean values. Now, Boolean values, there are basically only 2 Boolean values, true and false. This is all about data types. We are going to see what are the operations that are performed on our data. There are basically 3 types of operation used in every programming language. First is arithmetic, second is relational operations, and third is logical operations. We will see about arithmetic operations. Let's look at this table and see. I have given some arithmetic operations here, just like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, and power. These are the operations that we have used multiple times in our life. And the one you might not have heard is modulus, but we know the simple term for that. It is a remainder. When you divide two numbers, the remainder will be modulus. Modulus will give you remainder. Okay, so these are the basic arithmetic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, and power. These are the arithmetic operations that we are going to learn. We are going to perform this operation on our data. Next, we have relational operations. In this chart, I have given relational operations. These are the operations that are used to compare two values. Just like equal, it will compare two values and it will return true if both the values are equal. Similarly, not equal will return true if one of the value is not equal to another. Then greater than value will return true if first value is greater than second. Less than will return true if first value is less than second. Basically, greater than or equal to will return true if first value is greater than or equal to another, and similarly less than or equal to will return true if one operand is less than or equal to other. These are the relational operations. These are very simple operations, and we are going to use them a lot further in this series. Now, finally, we have logical operations. There are basic three logical operations. There are more than three operations, but we can derive those operations with the help of these three operations. So we are going to learn these three only, and further in this series, as we will need, we'll learn all the logical operations. Now we have AND. It will return true if both the statements are true, or will return true if one of the statement is true, and not will just reverse the result. It will return true if the result is false. That's all. Now we are going to see these all operations in detail. AND operation. I have taken here an example. X is equal to 10 and y is equal to 15. Now I have two statements. X is greater than 5 and y is less than 20. Both the statements are true, and as our definition suggests, it will return true if both the statements are true. This is a definition of AND operation. So as you might guess, it will return true. Now I have X is greater than 15. It is false. Now one of the statement is false. So this AND operation will return false if any one of the statement is false. Similarly, y is greater than 20. It's false. So it will return false this time. And now at last I have both the conditions false, and it will return false this time also. Next, we have OR operations. Now again, I have similar example. X is equal to 10, y is equal to 15. Now I have taken two statements here. X is greater than 5 and y is less than 20. And these both the statements are true, right? So our OR operations will return true. Now I have X is greater than 15. It's false, but y is less than 20. It's true. And we have one statement that is true. So it will return true this time, because our definition of OR operation suggests us that it is going to return true if one of the operation is true. So it will return true this time. Similarly, I have taken X is less than 15, which is true, and y is greater than 20, which is false. But one of the statement is true. That's why it is going to return true this time as well. And last, we have X is greater than 15 and y is greater than 20. And this time both the statements are false, and that's why our operation will return false. Now we have, at last, we have NOT operation. See, X is equal to 10 and X is greater than 20. If I say X is greater than 20, then that statement is false. But if I put not in front of that, then it will reverse its result and we will get a result true, because we have X is greater than 20. Its result will be false, and not false will be true. And that is all about logical operations. That is it for this video, guys. If you like this video and you want to learn more about Python, you can subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon. You can share this video with your friends to help them learn Python, and I will see you in the next one.